Wash down samosa with mango lassi. Cook up the rogan.
Hello! This is Dominic and this is Finley, and in this video we're going to make
lamb samosas.
A great favourite of mine from India. Shall we get started?
Okay.
Have you washed your hands at home? Have you, boys?
Yes.
Brilliant. So Dominic, what utensils have we got?
A baking tray, a large bowl, a colander, a saucepan, a frying pan, a small bowl, a weighing scale, a chopping board,
Well done.
a pastry brush, a fork, a spoon, some measuring spoons, a big knife, a small knife, a wooden spoon, and a vegetable peeler.
Brilliant. And Finley, what ingredients do we need?
A pepper, an onion, garlic, potato, carrot, filet pastry, lamb mince,
Brilliant.
peas, curry powder and olive oil.
Fab, we've got everything we need. Let's cook along! What we need to do is get the water on to boil, so I'm just going to get that started and put it onto a high heat to make sure we can get our potatoes and carrots cooked for later on. Let's put that on. And we need to start with our vegetables. So, Finley, I'm going to get you to start with the garlic, if that's all right. If you can break it open for me. And Dominic, I'm going to get you to peel the potato and cut into cubes for me. So you're going to need to use your bridge after you've peeled all the skin off. And we need to peel the carrot too. You're doing great. Maybe it might be easier if you just put it into the palm of your hand and then you can do it around the top. Okay. How are you doing? Right, so we only need a couple. That's brilliant. And I get you to peel those for me, and we use the little knife and the fork. Brilliant. So there we go. We've got all the skin off. Do you want to take the skin off the carrot as well?
Okay.
And then we can chop into both of them afterwards. You're doing a great job there, Finley. Well done. Dominic's using just the top. He's kept the root on at the top so that he can use that just to keep his fingers away from the edge of the peeler. And you're doing that lovely motion, one motion down. Brilliant. I think you're done there, Dominic. Yeah. Brill. There we go. So we've got everything peeled there. I'm going to get you now to chop the potato. Can you use your bridge for me? So you've got your thumb behind. Show the children how you get your thumb behind. And you also make that tunnel with the potato underneath so that you can cut straight through and make that potato stable. You've got your two flat halves and then you can work from that. So if you can cut that in half for me. And then Finley, if you can do your fork secure. Dominic's finding it a little bit tricky because it's quite a big potato actually, this one. Sometimes the potatoes can be quite tough. So always be on hand just to give them some help. There we go, so you've got your two halves there, and what we need to do now is chop them using our claw, keeping your fingers together and our thumb tight in. We're going to chop them into cubes, almost 1 centimetre. So I'm just going to show you that we've got a piece there and another piece there and another piece there, and then we need to cut with our claw again into a smaller piece and then into little cubes for me, if that's okay. If you have any problems, just shout me, okay? Brilliant. So Finley, so we're going to then use our prongs as a great guideline to chop through with the knife, make it into smaller pieces. If you can cut into lines right up to the top, not all the way through, so we keep the root intact, and then we're going to dice it into smaller pieces in just a sec. That's it. Hold that fork on that board and it will give you a bit more stability. Fab. Oh, nice and even, nice and delicate. It's got great knife control on this one. Well done, boys. You're doing a great job. You really are. Do you like Indian food, Dominic?
I do.
You do?
I like curry.
Yeah?
And I like naan bread as well.
That's fantastic. So we've got the pan of water on. We're now going to put our carrots and potatoes into the pan. Two minutes before the carrots and the potatoes are cooked, we're going to add the peas because they don't take very long. We're just going to add them to the pan. Our carrots, peas and potatoes are done. We're going to give those a drain in the colander now and let them become dry. So we need to start frying. So we're going to have the onion ready for you, Dominic, and the pepper. We need to get chopping. I'm going to get you started actually, Finley, by taking the bottom of the pepper off And we're going to do this to stop the pepper from rocking and rolling. We like a nice, stable pepper when we're actually doing our cutting. And all I'm going to do is take off the sides, leaving us with all that lovely pepper flesh. So I'm going to give you half a pepper, because that's all we need for our recipe. There we go. If I can leave that with you. So I'd like you to then use your bridge to cut through it and make them into nice strips, and then come back using your claw to make them into little cubes, if that's okay.
Yep.
In the meantime, I'm going to cut open the onion, chop it in half, and I'm going to get Dominic to dice it for me. Is that okay, Dominic?
Yeah.
So I'm bridging the onion now. It's quite a tough bit, so it's quite good for an adult just to give that hand again, a bit like the potato. I'm going to top the top, peel the onion, and take those outer skins off. They're not particularly nice to eat, are they? No. And we've kept the root on just to give our onion some stability. And we're going to use our bridge to cut through without having to cut right through to the end of the root. Make them into little strips. So we're going to snip through, and again. There we have. We've almost kind of fanned it out. And then we're going to use our claw to take it back again. And this will make it into a nice dice. Did you watch carefully?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So there we have our diced onion. Take the top off. How are you getting on, Finn?
Yep, good. They're really tough though.
Are they? Right, what we need to do now is actually just turn on the frying pan to a medium heat. Okay?
Yeah.
And we're going to add the mince. We'll just use 100 grams today, and you can put the rest in the freezer for another time. The pan's heated up just to the right temperature, I would say. We don't need any oil because the mince, with it being lamb mince, has enough fat in it. So let's get that out. There we go. So you can hear the mince starting to cook, sizzling away, the fat starting to be broken down from the raw mince. Finley, can you add in the peppers and the garlic that you chopped earlier?
Yeah.
Wow, you can smell it already. Move that one out of the way. Give it a stir, please, Finn. Use your handle for me. Always hold on to the handle when you're actually stirring the pan. And now your turn then, please, Dominic.
Okay.
If you can add the onion, I'll hold the board for you. You can tip it in. We're going to cook this now for about 10 minutes until it's all browned and softened to the right consistency.
Smells really nice.
It does, it smells great. You can smell all the meat and the juices. Can you smell it?
Yeah.
So we've browned off our mince now. We've got just the right amount of fat inside the pan. There we go. Now pop that in and we'll add another one afterwards. Go, drop it in. Brilliant. Do you want to go back to stirring it?
Yes.
Brill. We're ready to put our lamb samosas together, but first of all, we need to put our oven on. About 190 degrees or 170 on a fan-assisted oven. So we need to get our bowl ready to put the mince and the vegetables in. Then, there's one for you.
Okay.
And there's one for you. Can you pop them both into the glass bowl for me? There's a spoon, you can help put that in. And we're going to combine these together to make the mixture for our lamb samosas. Give it a mix and then we've got it ready. So we've got our minced lamb mixed together with our vegetables, ready for stuffing the samosas. Going to make some nice little parcels now. Yeah?
Yeah.
First, before we actually do that, we need to actually lightly cover the baking tray with a bit of oil. And we're going to use a bit of kitchen paper just to do that. So we have some kitchen paper, a little bit of oil, and it only needs a touch, just helps with the cooking. It brings the phyllo pastry to crisp just nicely, and it also allows them to stop sticking to the bottom of the baking tray. That's all you need, very little amount. So I'm going to get our phyllo pastry and lay it out on the board ready. I'm now going to cut the pastry into even sizes, ready for wrapping our samosas. I'm going to do it round about a third. You can work out a rough guide by just kind of folding it into three, and then that way you'll get 3 even slices. And on this occasion, it's 1/3, We're going to use 2 sheets of the filo pastry, just because we've got a nice big amount of mixture we can put in, and it won't actually split the pastry, just in case, because obviously the filo pastry is ever so thin and delicate. So there we go, 1. We're cutting our 2nd and our 3rd. Here we go, Finn, there's yours. So if we get a bit of oil on our brush, and we're going to just go around the outside, give it a coat. Let's get you going. And some for you as well, Dominic.
Okay.
We don't want too much oil on the pastry because we don't want it to be slipping everywhere, but it does really help seal in the pastry once you start to turn. And then we're going to add a good spoonful in the middle, and we're going to make almost like a square pattern. If you can do the same, and then there we go. Make that nice and neat for me into a nice pile like I've done. There we go, Finn. If I pop that there, and you can do the same. And then we're going to get 2 sheets like this, Dominic. Perfect. Tuck it all in. And then we're going to seal the edges down. So we want to give it a really good press. Great. Fold it over. And we'll fold it over into almost like a rectangular square type there. Tuck it all in and press it down. Keep it nice and neat. Pop it down and give it a press down. If we need to, just add a little bit more.
I think I need some more.
Yep, that's fine. So we've done that bit. We're going to now fold it over to one corner, from one edge to the other side. Keep it nice and tight. Tuck it in, because then you can feel that pocket. That's fab, well done. And then we're actually going to just tip it over. I'll show you on mine. Tip it over that way. And flip it over, and we can wrap round those edges and then add a little bit more oil if we need to. There we go. There we have our first samosa. How are we getting on, boys? That is beautiful. Oh, fabulous. Shall we add some there? Look, and then we can make it stick, can't we? Boys, we need to get them in the oven, but to make sure they're nice and crispy, we've got to give them a coat of oil. So do you want to do that for me, Finn, before?
Definitely.
Yeah? Will they go in? I love a samosa with some mango chutney or lime, pickle. The samosas are ready now to go into the oven. They take about 10 to 15 minutes, and we'll take them out when we notice that they go lovely golden and brown. Right, there we go, boys. Watch, watch, watch. So our samosas are in the oven. Why don't you press pause now? The samosas are ready. Let's go and have a look. We're going to use our oven gloves to get them out. Remember, it's going to be hot. Always get an adult to do this. Here we go, boys. Look at this. There we are.
Wow.
Our beautiful samosas. Wow. Watch out, Finley. There we are. So there we have our samosas. We do need to let the pan cool down a little bit because they'll be extremely hot all on there. So it'll be a delicious one to eat later. So let's put these onto the plate. They look fabulous.
They sound really crispy.
They do sound great and crispy, don't they? So there we have our lamb samosas. If you'd like to have a go at another recipe, there are more cook-alongs for you to explore. We'd love to see what you've made. Take pictures and tweet them to @EatHappyProject, #Let'sCookAlong. Did you enjoy making the lamb and vegetable samosas?
Yeah.
I hope you did at home. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.